Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, September 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Atlanta Braves vs Washington Nationals. This feels risky, but I don't trust the Washington Nationals or their starting pitcher in this one. I also see the Braves staying strong on the mound, even without a true starting pitcher. Atlanta is yet to announce a starting pitcher, as this makes me believe that we will see a ton of this Atlanta bullpen. They are currently allowing the third least amount of runs per game, as they will be able to hold their own in this one. The Braves are currently surrendering 3.81 runs per game, which is the 5th least in the league. The Nationals are also scoring the 25th most runs per game, and they have very little power inside of their lineup. They will continue to struggle at the dish, and the Braves will slowly pull away throughout this game. The Nationals will not be making the postseason, as they aren't going to care about this game. The Braves are still building momentum and getting ready for the postseason. Atlanta is also scoring the 3rd most runs per game, and they have the 8th highest overall team batting average. They will consistently reach base and score enough runs to cover the run line spread, -1.5. The Braves are the better overall team and they will keep it rolling in this one. Hammer the Atlanta Braves and lay the run line spread, -1.5. The over in this game is also the way to go, as Atlanta's offense will take advantage of Espino, and Washington's offense can score enough runs to help the over cash. In the 16 games, they are averaging 10 runs per game, and in those 16, they have gone over 8 runs 10 times. In the 7 games in Washington, those games are averaging 11.1 runs per game and have gone over 8 runs in all 7 games. Along with that, in Atlanta's last 10 games they are averaging 7.5 runs per game, so take the over here. Our total pick is over the total. New York Yankees vs Toronto Blue Jays. These two teams are going to be in the postseason barring a complete meltdown by Toronto, who had a magic number of 4 to clinch a spot entering Monday. Barrios has pitched well at Rogers Center in his career, but his penchant for giving up the long ball isn't a good recipe for success against a team like the Yankees. Talon pitched extremely well in his last start, only to wind up with a no decision as the bullpen wilted late in the game before the Yankees won in extra innings. This game could conceivably go either way, but at the end of the day, it's hard to overlook the fact that Barrios is homer-prone this season. The Yankees are the better team and that carries them to a victory in a hard-fought contest. Our team pick is New York Yankees +100. It was a tough day for New York as they lost to Toronto 3-2 in extra innings on Monday. If the Yankees would have won, they would have clinched the division. Aaron Judge is still stuck at 60 home runs as he tries to hit 61 homers to tie Roger Maris's American League record. Judge will go for the record again on Tuesday as he has gone 6 straight games without a home run. When he faces the Blue Jays, Judge's batting average is his 6th worst versus particular teams this season. He has faced 20 different clubs. He has an average of .242 with 9 home runs in 17 games against Toronto. The Yankees are hitting only .231 this season versus Toronto. The Yankees have had a tough time against the Canadian team as they are only 9-8 versus them this season. Toronto walked off the Yankees on Monday night in the 10th inning, thanks to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and his RBI single that lifted the Blue Jays to victory. Toronto is 6-4 in their last 10 games, and they have a 3-game winning streak after knocking off Tampa Bay twice on the road. The Blue Jays are averaging 6.2 runs per game in their last 10 games. Their pitching staff is giving up 5 runs per game as the offense has been blooming in Toronto games. Both teams have been scoring runs at will. The Yankees are averaging 6.3 runs per game in their last 10 games. The Blue Jays have been equally as good as they have scored an average of 6.2 runs per game during the same stretch. The over is 6-1-1 in Toronto's last 8 games versus the American League East. The over is 6-1 in the Yankees' last 7 overall. Our total pick is over 8 runs. Miami Marlins vs New York Mets. The Miami Marlins are currently 5-5 in their last 10 games played, but they are still 20.5 games back from the third and final NL wildcard spot. Miami will most likely miss the postseason this year as they are also stuck in 4th place in the AL East. They trail the first-place New York Mets by 33.5 games. At the plate, the Marlins are scoring 3.64 runs per game and they are hitting .230 as a team. This is the 3rd least amount of runs scored per game and the 25th highest overall team batting average, as the Marlins have struggled to consistently make contact with the ball all season. This has made it much more difficult to score, as they have also struggled to drive in men when they are in scoring position. The Marlins have realized that they don't have a ton of power inside of their lineup. They are only hitting .90 bombs per game, which is the 24th most. The Marlins will stay aggressive once they have reached base safely as well. They have already taken 117 bases this season, which is the 2nd most in the league. The New York Mets currently sit at the top of the NL East as they have a 1.5 game lead over the 2nd place Atlanta Braves. New York is also 8-2 in their last 10 games played, as their strong play has allowed them to hold on to the 2nd seed in the NL playoffs. They will need to stay hot if they want to win the division, as the Braves aren't far behind. At the plate, the Mets are scoring 4.83 runs per game and they are hitting .259 as a team. This is the 4th most runs scored per game and the 4th highest overall team batting average. They have shown that they can consistently reach base safely and they have also been clutch with the men in scoring position. New York is also averaging 1.06 home runs per game, which is the 16th most in the league. Watch for Pete Alonso at the dish as he leads the team with 39 bombs hits this season. I would expect the Mets to stay unaggressive once reaching base safely as well. They have only swiped 62 bases this season, which is the 22nd most in the league. I will be hammering the New York Mets and laying the run line spread, -1.5. New York is the better overall team and they have more to play for right now. They can't afford to lose this game if they are looking to win their division. The Braves are right behind them in the standings and they have a solid matchup to begin this week as well. The Mets are also scoring the 4th most runs per game and they have the 4th highest overall team batting average. They will consistently reach base and score multiple different ways, as the Marlins just won't be able to keep up. The Mets are also starting Carlos Carrasco on the mound, as he has been a beast at home this season. Inside Citi Field, he is 9-2, as he will be able to pitch deep into this game and keep the Marlins off the scoreboard. Miami is scoring the 3rd least amount of runs per game and they have the 25th highest overall team batting average. They will fail to reach base consistently and they won't score enough runs to cover the run line spread, -1.5. The Marlins season is over and they have nothing to play for. They won't show up for this game and the Mets will slowly pull away. Pick the New York Mets and lay the run line spread, -1.5. Miami is averaging 3.58 runs per game. Their .230 batting average is 25th in the league. Their .295 on-base percentage is 27th, as is their .364 slugging percentage. Miguel Rojas leads Miami with a .236 batting average. Jazz Chisholm Jr. leads the team with 14 home runs, while Garrett Cooper leads the team with 50 RBI. Miami's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.23 runs per game. Opponents have a .243 batting average against the Marlins, which is 13th in the league. Their 3.92 ERA is 16th, as is their 1.27 WHIP. The Marlins are averaging 3.58 runs per game and 3.57 runs per game on the road. They averaged 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 3.32 runs per game at home, the Marlins will hit their average in this game. The Mets are averaging 4.77 runs per game and 4.55 runs per game at home. They averaged 7.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Marlins. With Miami giving up 4.15 runs per game on the road, the Mets will score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Marlins and Mets played over the total in 5 of their last 6 meetings. Our total pick is over 7 runs.